Alright, how to make a homemade battery charger. Now, what you're going to want to do is you need a rectifier, you need capacitors, and you need switches, an AC cord, and some clamps, and a box to put everything in, to hold everything. Always make sure that you wear shoes with this kind of a charger because they are extremely dangerous. The voltage reads out on alternating current 240 volts AC, and it's only plugged into a 110 outlet. And then it also reads 106 volts DC when it comes out through your rectifier. This is how the setup is. All you're doing is all the power goes into the switches and in the capacitors. In order to turn on the capacitance that you want, then you would just turn on the switch and it would complete the other side of the rectifier in order to start charging a battery. Now, it is extremely dangerous. The capacitors hold power. Even though it's unplugged, it'll still be hot. So just be extremely careful with this setup. And you can pause that there and write down what it looks like to you. Try and build one. Very simple. Now, as soon as you hook it up to a battery, the voltage will automatically drop. Now, I've been doing some experiments with Epsom salt and stuff, and I found out the best way in order to use Epsom salt into a battery is the first thing you're going to want to do is cook it off into a pan, which is over here, and you just pour the Epsom salt in and you just cook it. Probably takes about an hour or so, and it turns to a rock, hard like a rock. And then you just pour some distilled water in there, let it redissolve. Then after it redissolves, then you're going to pour it into a container like this with a valve spout slightly higher than the bottom. You can see all that black stuff in there that you don't want. So that way all the bad stuff sits at the bottom, all the good stuff will be in between, and you just drain it back out into your distilled tank. And once it's done, it should look like this, almost like water, but it's slightly tinted. Then you can pour that into your cells instead of straight Epsom salt, because it's got a lot of oils and things in it that you don't want, so you want to cook that off. Now with the rectifier, this is a pulsing charge. Yes, it does say 120 volts output for AC, but it will rectify back down to DC. This battery's already charged. I've been charging it all day. So we'll use this battery right here. Negative, positive, positive, negative. And this battery currently says, let's see, 11.8 volts. I don't know if you can see that. 11.8, 12 volts. Now as soon as you turn it on, that's on low, so it will take a little bit in order to get there. Whoa, why is this working? Get in there. Stay. We'll just go straight to high. Now it's at 12.2 and climbing. 12.3, 4, 5. Now, this charger is so dangerous only because it's 109 volts DC and 240 volts AC output, even though it's plugged into 110, a regular outlet. So it can kill you. The capacitors themselves will still hold power. Mine tends to look like this. Power into the box. You got your low, medium, and high setting. I've got my medium over here and my low and my high over here. This is a 60 microfarad capacitor plus a 5 microfarad for, it's out of a air conditioning unit. Then I have a 35 microfarad, which is my medium, which is also out of air conditioning. And pretty easy to make, no transformers. Now, in order to show you how dangerous this is, I will turn it off. Give me a second. These cords are getting all wrapped up. I'm going to put these on here. If it'll let me. Put this over here. Yes, I am dressed like a minion. That lead over there. Okay, now I have them hooked up to the transformer. I had it hooked up, not the transformer, but my charger, homemade charger here. Now when I turn it on, this is DC current, and it's saying it's going to level out at probably 106. The capacitors are holding power. Alright, 105.7, and that's DC. Switch off the meter, put it to AC. AC voltage setting is highest is 750, and it's saying high voltage in the top left corner. It's 231 volts. 32. It will kill you. That's why I need to wear shoes. But works very well. It pulses charging, and so far it's worked out very well for me, and I haven't zapped myself. And you can leave it on there and let it charge for a long time if you want. And the capacitance and the capacitors, the microfarads, the higher the microfarad, the more amp output it will do. So I mean, I can turn it on high and it'll still have the same output for AC. It'll stop at like 140. But as soon as you hook it up to a battery, the voltage will drop. Like this is showing 100 and it'll be 106 volts DC. But once I hook it up to a battery, it'll automatically drop. Turn that off really quick. Put that on there. And then show you that the battery voltage does drop. It's at 12 volts, 11.12. Little spark, and it'll go up. And a good battery should stay right around there. If it goes really, really high and starts getting hot, then you need to lower the amps. But yeah, it works very well. Comment, subscribe, what do you think? Alright, later.